You know you've had a good life when you enjoy going to work in the morning and you enjoy going home at night. And I always enjoyed going to work in the morning. I loved what I did. My husband and I had 3 kids, now 2 grandkids. I went to all their soccer games and theater performances. You know, outside of the clinic, everything was about my family. They kept me grounded.
I would describe Mary as a force of nature. She is someone who has the highest ideals and the highest standards and gets everybody to work with her and makes things happen.
She's incredibly dedicated to her craft, and she has been an inspiration to generations of folks in the transplant world.
Probably one of the most important lessons I learned from her was that you have to collaborate to succeed.
Mary's one of those people who walks into a room and everyone stops and listens to what Mary has to say because people have that much respect for her.
In a world where there are a lot of big personalities, Mary has been an enormous peacemaker. In terms of clinical trials, she transformed transplantation by helping to put together the BMT-CTN, the Blood and Marrow Transplant Clinical Trials Network. She brought together, again, lots of people with lots of very strong ideas, and she was able to get us to collaborate.
You know, there's a lot of strong personalities in science and academia and medicine. That's part of the fun of it, because, you know, when ideas clash, better ideas come out of that clashing.
You have to have a leader. You have to have someone who gets out in front, who has the vision and can rally everybody to do what needs to be done to do a huge project. And she's very uniquely talented at that.
I do believe that the best work gets done when the best minds come together. What I learned over the years is that it's really important to listen.
People like Mary are always asking the next question, and sometimes you have the data you need, but sometimes you have to look elsewhere. You know, it's always that aspect of, well, we know today, but what do we need to learn more and to be smarter tomorrow?
And so her whole body of work has been around how do you generate information that influences our field for the benefit of patients? And the broad array of studies that Mary has shepherded through this organization in collaboration with the National Marrow Donor Program and others around the world has all been in this direction of how do you deliver more benefit? How do you create more access? How do you get transplant to the patients and improve those results? And Donor for All is just one piece of that.
We're way further ahead than we would be, I would say a decade ahead of other groups that are just trying to start databases. The field wouldn't be what it was without Mary's influence.
Our job in the CIBMTR is to help investigators. We've addressed so many different issues that have helped make the outcomes of transplant better by working with some of the best brains in the field because we can help them answer their question.
Traditionally, there's been a big problem in transplant in that we've only been able to find donors for a certain fraction of patients. Now, Mary, through her work at CIBMTR, has been able to evaluate different approaches that have been used, such as haploidentical transplant using half matches or cord blood transplant. This has really meant that everyone, almost everyone, that we see as physicians can have a transplant.
And we need to be able to collect the data from all the centers and to get everyone to participate. And Mary was able to do that.
She understood the value of big data before the term big data even existed.
She was able to get people to see that big picture, how important it would be to measure our outcomes and be able to report on that.
But there needs to be somebody to collate all those ideas, to organize and to understand the connections between different ideas. And I think that the person that's been there every step of the way, woven throughout all the progress that has been made in transplantation, has been Mary Horowitz.
I am so lucky to be where I am. The opportunity to work with so many incredible people, so many pioneers in transplantation.
For all the things that you've done for our patients, on behalf of NMDP, all the things that you've done for our organization and for our donors, I thank you. I think you're very well deserving of the Laura Graves Award.
Of course, I'm honored. I mean, honestly, I can't believe that I'm getting this award. I think events like this are a chance for us to talk about how far we've come and how far we have to go, and to bring people together with renewed purpose. When you have the right people with the right tools and the right resources, really great things can happen.